Hey everyone, it's Audrey at Audrey Lynn Studios on the west side of Canada in British Columbia near Vancouver. Yeah, it's my turn. I've seen some of my creator friends on YouTube doing reviews on the VEVOR Wheel, and I'm excited that they sent me one too to review. So thank you very much, VEVOR. Yeah, I guess let's just get started. Okay, so we have a nice big thick piece of cardboard there. That's nice. And a nice big thick piece of foam to protect the wheel head. There we go. And now and another piece of foam for protecting the wheel head. Now I'm going to put it down so you'll be able to see. See, it's not that heavy, which is great. I just wanted to change the camera angle there so that you could see me pull it out of the box. So make sure you are engaging your core before you pick up anything awkward like this. Oh yeah, oh look, it's pink! It's pink! Whoops. Okay, all right, let me adjust the camera again. First glance, it looks good. There might be a little bit of it's not a crack, it's just like a paint kind of crack, but that's fine. It's nothing serious. So it comes with the manual. And yeah, it shows the different colors that you can get in the manual. And it shows you what comes with the wheel, and also gives you a little bit of a instruction on how to throw a cup or something, to throw pottery. So that's kind of fun. All right, so nice manual, good. And then it comes with a bunch of tools, which is so great. So let's see what we have in here. You can see that or not. So yeah, you need a rib. So you get one of those and a cutting wire and a trimming tool. Also a trimming on the wheel tool. And then another trimming tool, which is very useful. That one is. You always need a needle. What do you call that thing? Sheesh. A pin tool. And then a metal rib, which is always useful in a sponge. So it's good. It's a good starter kit. And I'm not sure how much something like that would put you back, maybe 20 bucks if you had to buy it on your own. And then in the box we have, okay, more tools. So these are, trimming tools, and they feel pretty heavy duty. I always use the one like, where is it? This one. This one I always use, and I love it. You get all these tools, so that's really great. And then you get a little apron. And it's like, kind of like parachute material, okay? Not, it doesn't seem like plastic, but more like parachute material, so you could wipe it off. So let's see here. Like that. All right, so that's great. You have really everything you need except clay to get started. Okay, here's the cord. It has a reset power surge gizmo part, and make sure you're using an extension cord with a ground. And this end of the extension of the cord goes into the side of the machine, which is right there. Okay, so this concerns me a bit. With this being on the side of the machine, I'd be a little leery about water dripping down and getting into the connection. So I'm going to make a little flap for here, just so that when the water drips down, it's going to drip off the flap. Okay? All right, so what I'm going to do is use duct tape. And I'm going to double it over on itself. I might have to put it in here. Here we go. Double it over on itself. Like that. Something like that. I mean, it's not beautiful or anything. And then cut that off. And then I'll take another piece. Okay, so it's like, here's the sticky part that's going to stick onto the machine. And this is the flap I've just created. So it's going to go just like this. Yeah, let's do it about there. Okay. So yeah, not too beautiful, but at least it's not going to get into the cord. I might even want to put it down a little bit more. There we go. All right, a little bit extra protection, right? I'm just going to take this tray off for a minute. It is, you know, just a hard plastic tray. And here's the wheel head. It has concentric lines. Let me just show you. See the lines, and then it has a bit of a texture like a LP record. And I do notice that the legs don't seem to be adjustable. There's no screws or anything there. I took these off just to see, and no. So this is the height of the machine. There's no adjusting it. Now we might be able to put it up on bed lifters. So I'll try that in a bit. But right now, let's just turn it on. Okay, so I'm just going to put a piece of tape on here so that you have some sort of a registration mark. Yeah, that might help. All right. And so we'll turn it on. Now, this one has a digital display here, and it also has a foot pedal. So when I look at the display panel, it says hand and foot. So you can use either one. All right, so this makes it good as a tabletop wheel or a floor model, as long as you can lift it higher, of course. So let's turn it on. Good. And right now this is going in counterclockwise direction. This is where you would change it. We'll do that in a minute. And I believe we're on hand right now, but we'll find out, won't we? So let's just start her up. This, I believe, tells you the RPM. Oh yeah, there you go. All right. That's the slowest speed, which is good. That's pretty slow. And sometimes you need to have a slow speed. But let's crank her. There you go, 300. That's how fast it's going to go for you. It's not too bad. I mean, it has a bit of a noise, but so does my Scott. So, yeah. And then we'll pull that down. And we'll take it all the way down to 0 before we try changing the direction of the wheel. There we go. Now it's going the other way. All right? Okay, now, if I hit this again, that must mean foot. So here's the foot. Let's see what happens. Wow. Straight up to 300. Okay, let's see. It's really touchy. Like it's really hard for me to get it really slow, super touchy. But it's responsive, that's for sure. So that's good. And there's 300. All right, so good, right? There we go. Nice, okay. So I'm going to throw something on here, but first I'm just gonna test it, how it sits on my bed risers. Okay, so I have this machine on the bed risers. Okay, let me just pause you and I'll show you. Here they are. I got them from Amazon, so I'll definitely leave a link. And they are like a two-part thing. That's the bottom part. This is the top part. And like you can see, I've got the machine on there and it's not moving, so that's nice. They're actually very sturdy. This tray is a little annoying. This tray keeps coming apart. Okay, so yeah, got it on there, and I've got it on here now. You know, so now it's clicked in. It's like all I have to do is that, and it comes apart. Okay, so now this is up on those bed risers, and this is my regular stool, and yeah, not bad, right? That's about where I sit with my other one too. It's maybe a little bit low, but not too bad. Let's see if this is easier to control with my foot. So I've got it on. It's already up to 300, and like I've hardly touched this pedal, so that's quite a bit, that's pretty responsive, but like I said, there's not a lot of play there. All right, let's take this off. Now, I'm a little concerned that these trays would just fly off while I'm throwing, so I'm wondering about getting a clamp or something for right here so that wouldn't happen. And it's possible too that not every wheel has this problem with the tray, so. Okay, so what I'm thinking here for this tray is using Velcro strips. Yeah, so we need two the same length of the fuzzy and the eyes, whatever, hook and eyes. Make sure it's connected, and it is. And we're going to put that right there. That's pretty. There. Okay. Okay. So now that's going to keep it together. So I'm going to do that on the other side. Okay. Great. Now that's not going to come apart on me when I'm on the wheel. Okay. I'm a bit of a dummy. I'm just going to show you something. It seems that when I put it on last time, I wasn't getting under this bit here. If I pay special attention to get that under there, I mean, it's still a little finicky for sure, but like that, it does not rattle around as much, okay? So I'm gonna have to just put this little bit into the video. Okay? And anybody that follows me knows that I put a little pool noodle on the side of my tray, and that is for my pin needle and my, oops, I just lost something down there, trimming tool. Shoot, just a minute. Okay, and I usually make a slit for my rib as well. So that'll be there, that'll be there. Yeah, I just make a little slit like that. And it's for my metal rib, because I don't like losing that thing at the bottom of my water bucket. It bugs me. You usually don't find it, and then it gets thrown out with the water. This rib I will put in my water. I like keeping that nice and clean. And the trimming stick, the other trimming stick I put on there. Yeah, I think we're good. So the one thing you have to know is that there aren't bat pins, A. B, this one is an 11-inch wheel. I'm used to using a 14-inch wheel with bat pins because I use bats, and my bats are 14 inches. But that's not how a lot of people started. They started just throwing on the wheel head. I have not looked into whether or not it's a good idea to drill holes, because you can buy bat pins, but I haven't got that far. We're just going to start throwing on the wheel head. I'm going to be super fun and put the apron on. Nice. And I'm going to start with a pound of Plainsman 370 white stoneware. This is Reclaim, and it's quite soft. You can see how soft it is there. Now, it's not a throwing video, so I'm not going to go into every little thing about throwing, but I have other videos for that, okay? So, turn it on. I'm using the foot pedal. It's so touchy. So that's 95. That's still too fast. There we go. That's 50. Good. All right. So. Now, squeeze my hands together. Clay has nowhere else to go but up. Doesn't seem to be a problem so far. Okay, so this is full strength. I think we're good. So that's for the coning, and oh, here's my sponge. I usually wet my sponge and keep it in my hand, and then anytime I need some more water, I just give it a little squeeze. So full speed, and that centeredness will work its way down the puck by itself for a bit. It seems to be centered, so that's good. Now we're going to open it up. I'm a 2-thumber. You wait till it's completely stopped, put your pin tool in and bring it out, and yeah, that's pretty, it's actually maybe a little bit too far, but that's okay. It's just push a little bit down there and we're good to go. Even out the sides. I usually use this to compress the bottom, just very gently laying it in there. Okay, so now we're going to start pulling up the walls. First we're going to collar in and then pull up the walls. So it seems to be handling good so far, so that's good. This tool to trim a bit off the bottom. Normally I use this one, but that's because I'm using a wooden bat normally. I'm just going to do this for you a bit. Yuck, right? So no, we're not going to use that. We're going to use this one. And I like to put my hand in here because I'm still going to do another pull. I'm just cutting off a little bit of the weight, and I like to put my hand in there just to make sure I'm not pushing in too far. bit. There we go. And I'm going to give it one more pull. Your wooden rib. And I'm just pushing out from the inside to give a little belly. And then pushing in with my rib. And then pushing out with my fingers here. Yeah, it's good. That's a nice little cup. Yeah? Oops. So just take the moisture out of the bottom so you don't get any cracks, and a little bit on the side. The way that I was taught to get it off the wheel, and I am going to turn this off so there's no accidents. And here's the wire that comes with the kit. There we go. I thought I had it. Here we go. Okay. So, like, it's pretty long. Okay, so you're probably going to have to do this a few times around some fingers. And just make sure that wire is flat on the wheel head and doesn't come up towards you until you're away from your pot. Okay, I was taught to do that twice when I'm throwing off the wheel head. And then you make sure your hands are nice and dry, and you pull your pot off and onto your wear board. So let's try the next one. The next one, so this was 1 pound. The next one is 2 pounds. You don't have to get rid of that little bit of clay here when you put your next one down. In fact, it helps it stick. So I won't talk a lot through this one because I'll probably speed it up for you. Otherwise, this is a super long video. Okay. There we go. So we can pick this up. Oof, there's a thin bottom. And put it on there. Look. All right, I am going to not pick this up. I'm going to let it set for a bit, and then I am. But before I let it set, I am going to wire it off so that it's easier to pick up. I am so tempted to pick it up. I just, you know, you just want to see if you can do it. I mean, it's just clay. So let's try it. I might even give it one more wire. All right, here I go. Woo! I did it. Yay! Okay, so another thing is I was talking to you about bats and bat pins, but many people have learned to throw by putting clay on the wheel head and then putting a bat on top of that and centering the bat and then pushing the bat down, and the bat stays there. So you're using a bat without any wheel pins. So that's a possibility as well. Take that thing off. Okay, so my thoughts. I think that this is a great starter wheel. Like I said, you know, my Scut's 3000. Now it's apples to oranges. I mean, my Scut has way more power, and but you're talking about a starter wheel. So perfect for somebody who wants to find out if they even like to throw. You get, for that price, you get the wheel, the starter tools. That's all I use today. And you didn't put so much money out, you know? And also, it's a great wheel for giving to kids. Some kids are like 4 years old and they're trying out throwing on their grandmother's wheels, right? So, you know, 8-year-olds, 12-year-olds. I think that it would be a great wheel to have as a second wheel. So if you wanted to throw a different color clay on it and not worry about having to get your other wheel so clean, like maybe you want to just throw your porcelain on this. If you're doing smaller pieces, I mean, that was 3 pounds. I could do it. I could probably go up to 5 or 7 pounds. So why not, you know, keep it as your porcelain wheel, or you can keep it as a trimming wheel. Now I have a Giffen grip, a full-size Giffen grip for trimming, and that requires a 14-inch wheel. I think I saw that you can get a Giffen grip mini. Now I don't know what that size is, but maybe it fits on something like this, and then you could just keep this wheel just for trimming, right? So I would say another thing would be if you've decided that you want to start doing classes. I think there's a lot of pros with it for sure. For somebody who's starting, for all those reasons, to get this wheel, because that's the thing you don't know. Hey, that's the wild card. Like, how long is this thing going to last? But the people that I know have been using their belt drive one for a year. So that's something, yeah. And by all means, if you have one of these and, you know, you're just watching for the fun of it here, leave it in your comments what you think about your VEVOR wheel, whatever model, and let me know if you had to, you know, make any little adjustments. Yeah, I mean, the community wants to hear about it, right? So, okay, so fun little wheel, little pinky. I'll leave the link for this wheel and also my discount code. VEVOR asked if I would use this wheel for 15 or 20 days and then do another review. So I will be doing that. And I'd like to thank them very much for sending me the wheel. It's so fun to have another little wheel in the studio. Okay, so like and subscribe if you like the video and want to get the rest of my uploads. Hit the little notification bell, and thanks for being here. Leave all your comments, questions down below. Peace out.